All right, looks like we are live. Hmm, that looks a lot better than having my phone propped up on my on my cigar ashtray. All right, just kind of getting warmed up, just making sure I've got last minute stuff going. Let's see, we'll put that right here. It's my it's my Vertigo torch lighter. It's a triple lighter or triple whatever, the triple flame. There we go. Sounds like a super power move, like the triple flame, triple flame. That's going to replace the Hadouken. You watch. I just pretty much like almost Hadouken my cigar. I got a nice little burn on it this time. All right. Let's see. Got my wild turkey. Got my cigar. Got my sweet tea. I think we are ready to rock and roll. So only because the camera is, or my phone's a little bit a ways from me, I may or may not be coming through quite well. I don't know. We'll have to see how. This will be like a test run. This is with my tripod that I use for my drumming videos. So I figured since I've done most of these outside, figured we gotta stick with the tone. We've got to stay outside. Get the ambiance of the birds, people playing, people doing stuff. And then here's me out here talking to you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we are going to get started. We are going to get right into it. Hello, welcome. This is your boy, Chaotic JGD 21, aka Johnny Two Sticks, coming at you live today with another episode of the Chaotic Corner. I don't know why I said it that way. That's I don't know. It might stick, it might not. I don't know. I'm here with my glorious red beard. This is nice. I think I smoked this one, maybe the last one I did, but we're doing it again. The Kachow cigar. It's nice. Got the wild turkey going, got the sweet tea, and then I got you guys. Awesome. Glad that you guys could be here. Thank you so much. If you like what you see, like what you hear, make sure to hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and if I can actually get through this thing without fumbling over my words, it'll be a miracle. So if you are new to the channel or even new to the whole Chaotic Corner thing, let me give you a quick little rundown. I just talk about stuff that I kind of know about. Sports, gaming, music, movies, and TV shows. That's what everybody kind of knows. I know a little bit about a little bit of nothing. So that's what you're going to get from me. I also happen to play in a band, so I'll talk a little bit about that stuff. And then we'll just go from there. So if you're brand new to the channel, thanks for checking it out. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for tuning back in. Let me know what made you come back. Now, to get on with it, as that sun is like, bam, right there in my face. We're going to start off with sports, as always. A lot of stuff in the sports world going on the last couple of weeks, maybe even like the last month if you're a wrestling fan. Vince McMahon with his allegations and all this like sex trafficking and like the quid pro quo stuff or for God knows what. I mean, it's some pretty heavy stuff. I mean, the man like resigned his duties as whatever he was with WWE, TKO, JKO, LMFAO, I don't know. But sex trafficking, I don't think so. I Not that I know what goes on in the wrestling world or what goes on behind closed doors, but I think if that, well, I don't know, but then again, our government, but I don't know. I think if something like that was going on, I think it would be a lot more known than what is being spewed out right now. That's what I think personally. Now this whole, quid pro quo stuff, like, touch my butt and you'll be a champion kind of thing, I could see that happening. I could see him abusing his power for that. But let's be honest here. I'm sure he's not the first billionaire to do that to somebody. So, uh, you know, I'm not trying to throw shade at anybody, but with money comes power, and with power comes unspeakable things that people will probably do for it. So, uh, I hope everything, gets settled, whatever. But the man literally built an empire after his father. So, uh, if he was willing to put all of that on the line, pardon my French, because I don't know if there might be some childrens out there watching, but you know, if he's losing his empire over some punani, I think that's really really not sloppy, but I think that's just really unprofessional, really stupid, and I hope whatever happens is you know like justice, but we'll see how that goes. Brock Lesnar, on the other hand, I don't know what the hell is going on with this guy. They've WWE's removed him like from the intro video games. I don't know how true it was, but I had seen something online that they were selling his merchandise for like less to nothing almost. Um, like he's literally getting Chris Benoit right now, taken out of everything. So I don't know what Brock Lesnar's issue or thing is, but I don't know, man. I don't know where to go with that one because there's really been nothing said about him. It's all been about McMahon. So I know there's always wheels in a cog that keeps things moving. Um, I don't know, man. I know a lot of those guys from like the good old days, as they call it. They might know a little bit more of what goes on behind the scenes than even like some of your like really top tier talent. So there's no telling what's really going on. And hope Brock wasn't any part of that. I mean, that man, he's had one hell of a career himself. Um, building up his Brock Lesnar brand, with the UFC, his collegiate wrestling, especially all of his work that he's done in the WWE, main eventing WrestleMania, all of his all of his accolades that he's gotten, you know, again, same thing like with McMahon. Like if you're willing to put your career on the line for some punani, I think that's really really dumb. So we're getting out of that. Sorry, I'm still working on my segues on like how I talk about stuff. Uh, un momento. It's a little bit windy, so I'm gonna have to see if I can get this bad boy restarted. Hold on. All right, there we go. We got this bad boy relit. might have to do something with the wind. I don't know. But anyways, getting back to our sports stuff. If anybody watched the Super Bowl, hopefully the team that you were rooting for won. I know the team that I was rooting for didn't win, but it was a really good game. I just think there was a lot of calls that could have been called on both sides and didn't, as per this whole NFL season. Teams getting screwed at the end of the game. Nothing like one team getting absolutely skull drug, and then somehow second half the other team literally acts like they've never played football before, and the other team just mollywops them. So I don't know what's going on with that, but congratulations to the Chiefs on being the first team in like 20 years to go back-to-back Super Bowl champs. That's not an easy thing to do unless you got the refs on the payroll. Just kidding. Or am I? But, next year, it's a brand new year. Everybody's going to be doing a bunch of stuff. Coaching changes, player changes, a lot of free agent signings. We got the draft coming up, I think, in a couple of months. So we're gonna see like what teams do now, what they're going to be looking at the draft, who they're going to try to sign, try to beef up offense, defense, stuff like that. And speaking of Justin Fields, and unless something happened that I don't know about, or unless it was just like one of those trade rumors, Justin Fields is getting traded from I think it's the Chicago Bears to the New England Patriots. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I think New England should just I don't even know who their quarterbacks are. I mean, ever since Brady left, it's kind of hard to tell who's going to be the quarterback there. With all the stuff that he did, and just all the titles and stuff that Brady brought. Those are some big shoes to fill. So I'm hoping that they're not trying to get somebody that can just, just like that, just be automatically just awesome. The Texans already did that with C.J. Stroud, so I can't wait to see what happens next year. Maybe we'll actually get to the AFC Championship at least. You never know. Another thing that's kind of crazy is the 49ers I think it's the offensive coordinator. I guess he got interviewed to be the New Orleans Saints offensive coordinator at the end of the season or after the Super Bowl. I guess that guy accepted, and so I don't know. We'll see how New Orleans does. Derek Carr's a very good quarterback, so we'll see how Derek Carr operates under the new offensive coordinator. I don't know if Dennis Allen is the right head coach, but I mean, they did have a winning season. They did go 9-8. I mean, they went positive, so I look at it like a kill death ratio from Call of Duty. Doesn't matter how you got there, as long as your kill death is positive, it's good. It's good. Oh, man, that's actually pretty good. That's pretty much all I've got. You guys can always check out the NFL like news outlets that that are all over this. Like the entire NFL has like 100 million people. As I've got birds flying around like tree over here scaring the crap out of me. They're going to have a lot more news than me, but at the same time, I just kind of keep up with like certain things that kind of like come across throughout my day. I just kind of like, ooh, that sounds interesting. I'll write that down and we'll talk about it. Now that the NFL season is over, I'm kicking gears over to the NHL. And I did not realize that the NHL have already played like so many games. And we're actually getting into the Stanley Cup playoffs. And no, that is not seeing who can beat up who at Target for a Stanley Cup. We're not talking about those. We are talking about the big boy in the NHL. though, the Stanley Cup, the real cup, the cup that matters. And uh, as always, I'm hoping my Vegas Golden Knights make it. Come on, Golden Knights! Finally got to watch them play the other night. Um, it was a really hard fought game. Shoot, who did they play? I forgot who they played. I was trying to edit a video and trying to watch the game at the same time. I don't think I should do that anymore. And it was a great game nonetheless. I do believe that the Knights lost. I think they lost by one. I believe they lost 3-2. I do know that. I forgot who they played, but they did lose 3-2. So congrats to that team that they played. Um, I always like watching the Golden Knights because uh, going up and down the ice, like they are just super fast, and so it kind of makes the game go by a little bit quicker, as opposed to like watching some of the other teams like Carolina or some of the teams that are kind of like at the lower end of the totem pole, so to speak. I mean, it's not a knock against them. It's just it doesn't seem like their players are that fast, and you can really tell when they play certain teams. In certain games that you watch, you can really tell who's really fast on the skates and who's kind of just like looks like me, like a big old fat slob on the ice. You know what I mean? Looking like a seal or a walrus going across trying to hit the puck. But the playoffs are going to be starting here pretty soon. I think, let's see, I get, I'm still trying to, wrap my head around the whole NHL playoff setting. I believe it's not like well, I guess it is kind of like the NFL, how they have like different sections or different regions or whatever. Uh, and uh, the two teams that I think that I hope make it are the Vegas Golden Knights. Or let's see, I'll give my top four team predictions. I think it's going to come down to the Edmonton Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights, who goes, and I think it's going to come down to the I don't know. Boston's been playing pretty crappy, but they're my second team, so we'll see if it'll be Boston against the Detroit Red Wings. I almost said Red Wings. Red Wings. Well, I think it'll come down to those four teams. So good luck to all the teams that are going to be fighting for the Stanley Cup, and that's all I got to say about that right now. As I smoke this cigar, this one's not. Maybe I lit this one maybe a little bit wrong. I don't know, but like the flavor was there, but then when I had to relight it, it kind of like it seems like it's lost its flavor. Um, let's see. That's all I've got for you guys tonight in sports. Um, a big deal in gaming is Xbox games are going to be going to PlayStation now. I don't know if it's going to be all the Xbox games or if it's going to be a lot of their major titles. Um, I would really, I'd really like to see Gears of War, and I believe they're already doing this, putting Halo on the PlayStation. I think that would be pretty cool because then you could get, unless you have those like video game nerds that have like all the consoles, so they were able to play like all the games. I'm a PlayStation guy, so I didn't have Xbox. So I didn't get to play Halo or Gears of War. So if they could get those onto PlayStation, that would like open up a whole new audience to those games. Maybe they could even do like remakes or reimagining, not reimaginings. Yeah, I think it would just be remakes. Just take what they've got and like update the graphics, stuff like that. I hope they don't change like any dialogue because I think if they change dialogue, that changes the way that the story is meant to be taken. I really hate it when they go to remake something and they change the dialogue or um, Yeah, and I'm talking about you, Disney. Um, you know, they change the dialogue, or they change music, or they just change characters completely. Um, that would almost be like if they wanted to redo or remake the God of War 1, 2, and 3, especially in God of War 1. Like, there was a reason why it was rated M for mature. Like, uh, there was, like, besides the whole, like, gratuitous um, violence, and Kratos was very violent. I mean, they literally had like sex mini games, like a sex mini game. It doesn't show anything, but you can hear stuff. And once Kratos was done, he got like a bunch of red orbs that he could use, that you could then use to power up Kratos, whether it was his blades, his magic stuff, whatever. So I would really like to see. I would really like to see those. I guess those main titles coming over to PlayStation. Um, right now, since I mentioned I am a PlayStation guy. Um, I'm playing. I mean, I think it released on like all the systems, but I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima on my PlayStation. I want to try to. I'm trying to figure out how I can get back into streaming because I really miss doing that. Like, I really miss being able to play a game, chat with a couple people, whatever. Um, you know, I'm trying to find a way to get back into it. Um, but I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima. I'm gonna butcher that. Like, I can't shoot Tsushima. I can't say it fast. I have to say it slow, like I'm an idiot. But I am playing the game with the Japanese like dialogue with the English subtitles, because I don't think you can play a game like that and have like the English being like said. I think something like that, like it's almost kind of like watching like those like old school like samurai movies, or like the Chinese, Japanese, stuff, where like it in that language, it makes everything that much more powerful in the way that they're trying to get something across. Like, if you're trying to get somebody to translate what they're saying into English and then try to dub the English over what they're doing, I think there could be something lost in translation. And uh like it's nuts. It's nuts. And um I'm really having a lot of fun. It's a lot like Horizon Zero Dawn. It's a lot like the new God of War. Uh, well, it's an open world like Horizon, but it's like hack and slash, like God of War. Um, I'm only let's see. I think I've got help from like two samurai. So I know I've got like a lot more to go. So I'm looking forward to playing that. I'm going to try to play that on stream. I want to try to play some other stuff on stream too. But I don't know. My brother and I, we've gotten into Apex Legends. You guys saw him on, I think it was like episode 2 or 3, the Berserker Red. Him and I, we've been playing some Apex Legends. I can't believe I forgot to write this down. Apex Legends just came out with like a super crazy update yesterday, and I kind of like it. I really like it. It really makes you stick with your team. It makes you pick your fights better, or in my case, just run and gun, hope for the best, and and it really makes you use the assets that are on the map. The survey beacon, the control beacon or satellite, whatever it is. Um, doing if you're on World's Edge, you gain like Evo Shield level when you complete the Bloodhound, the Bloodhound thing, the trials, the Bloodhound trials, I think is what it's called. I don't freaking know. It's been a really long time since I played. So I don't know if there's or like if you're on like Storm Point, if you're attacking the spiders or the raptors and stuff like that. I call them raptors. I don't remember. Prowlers. There we go. Raptors is for a different game. Um, yeah, that's like the second time this thing's gone out. All right, so we're gonna probably do the rest of this without the cigar. I think the wind is. There's not enough. There's not a lot of wind, but there's enough wind that if I'm not out of it, that thing's just gonna keep going out. So I'll probably finish that at the end of this. But yeah, getting back into Apex Legends, that I don't like the fact that they've locked characters that you've already unlocked to do challenge modes with them. Uh, I don't like that. But I do like the fact that you can do that if you're somebody that's just starting out and like I think in the firing range you can play as all the characters or whatever. You can test them out. So the fact that if you like Seer, you tried him out in the firing range, he's unlocked for you to do some challenges with, and then if you complete all of the challenges, then you get to unlock Seer without having to use coins, crafting material, whatever, or the level tokens. I mean, so that's really really neat. I like that, but for the characters that they've chosen, like uh, was it? I think one was like Valkyrie. I have her unlocked, but that's locked because it's going to be part of a challenge in the season. So I don't know if like you complete Seer and then someone else unlocks and you complete their stuff, or if like after a couple of weeks Seer's done and then they move to the next legend. Still not sure about all that. I do like how the Evo shield is upgradable now. I do like that aspect of it now, where you actually have to complete objectives to get better shield. You don't just hot drop, like kill all three teams that are around you that all landed hot, and you have red shield before the first ring ends. So I like that. So I am going to start streaming again. I just don't know when. My oldest daughter she's doing she's got a basketball game right now, um, and we've been doing a lot of stuff with that. You know, she's got practice, away games, home games, and stuff like that. So I'm trying to do as much as I can with that, as well as make time for this as well. Um, I'm trying to do it all. Uh, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That for the whole streaming thing. Like, I do want to get back into it. Um, just it might just have to like maybe be on a weekend and maybe take like a few hours and then just take whatever I do from that stream and just edit it and put it all out there. But when that time comes, that time will come. And speaking of making content, haven't really seen like anything crazy in the music world right now. At least for me, for what I pay attention to. Um, but if you guys are into original music, excuse me, no covers, my band Noxious CCHC. Can someone have an accident on another time instead of like right now while we're trying to record this? But anyways, my band Noxious CCHC. We've had a couple of shows. We've had a couple of shows the last couple of weekends. This past weekend we had a show right here in town at PC's Lounge, and then we had a show last week in Tucson at the House of Bards. We did a music event called The Gathering, and it had, I guess, a lot of the bands dropped out, but there were still enough bands that it was a really really good time. I did not get any videos of that. So the next little like fest or festival that we do that's down here, I'll definitely make sure that I get some footage of that. I do have right now two of our newer songs that we have, and they are the live versions. So definitely go over to the Johnny Two Sticks YouTube channel. Make sure to go check that out. Vengeance and Hiding in the Dark are up right now as we speak. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good jazz. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you want me to change the camera angle of the drums. If you want to see the whole band, let me know what you want to see, and we'll try to make that happen. I only have my phone, so I can only get like certain shots. Like I can't do like a foot cam and like a hands cam and stuff like that. So uh, I'm kind of picky on where I can. Well, I'm kind of limited, not picky, I should say. I'm limited on where I can put the camera. But if you want to see if you want me to try a different angle, let me know. On to the last and final thing. I don't have too much for you guys tonight. Um, we're going on to movies and shows. I haven't really got into any new shows lately. I've been kind of binge watching like Home Improvement from like the '90s. So let me know in the comments like what you guys have been getting into, whether it's a new show, old show, reminiscing and like some stuff. Um, I've been seeing a bunch of like Family Matters TikToks popping up in my feed, so uh, I've been uh, I've been doing like Home Improvement, Family Matters. Uh, I did Full House for a little bit, but I was like, ugh, I don't want to watch that anymore. But my kids are really liking it, so every now and then cap, I'll catch an episode while they're watching it. Um, I did finally get to see the movie The Marvels last night. Uh, I think it could have been done a little bit better, but at the same time, I'm not a director, I'm not a writer, so who am I to say it could have been better? Um, I do think that I think the story felt a little bit rushed. I do like how they intertwined uh, all the characters. Um, I think if there wasn't such a huge push for the whole, uh, not a push, I should say more of like trying to force feed this whole like women empowerment kind of thing instead of just like kind of letting it happen organically. It also falls on those actors as well, or actresses, I should say. Um, I get what they're trying to do. They're it's for cause. They're trying to make it to where you know women are more looked upon, other than whatever they're suggesting. Um, but at the same time, you can't force feed an audience something that one isn't organic, two it doesn't feel right. And when you keep force feeding stuff like that, it's really gonna make the audience just blah. And I can kind of see why they did, but me personally, my opinion, I loved it. I really did love that movie. It's making me think twice about my cat. I hope he's not a florkin or whatever the hell those things are called. Uh, but I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm watching all these cats like eat people and stuff like that. Because they eventually spit them out because I guess they're too big or like whatever. I don't know. I don't know the whole thing, but like I kind of looked at my cat and he looked at me like, "Watch out, mother trucker! I'm gonna eat you." but but yeah, like I said, I think the story was I think I felt like it was rushed. There was just too much happening all at once, and it didn't really give time for that movie to breathe. Um, you know, case in point, like when they started the Marvel universe, Iron Man. You know, okay, we get who Iron Man already is, but at the same time, you got to give that character time to develop. You got to give it enough time to breathe. Like make people get invested in the character. If people aren't invested in the character, then they are definitely not going to be invested in anything else. It's almost kind of like how this streaming, this podcast, music, everything is intertwined with if you can make it to where people are going to come back or get invested in what you've got going on, that's what's going to make the character. That's what's going to make the show. That's what's going to make the band, yada, 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 yada. And so I think if they would have just like slowed the story down a little bit, let it breathe, you know, I think it probably would have been accepted a little bit more than it was. But I can't wait to see what they're gonna do next with whatever installments that they're gonna do after that. Because I was under the impression that there was gonna be some people that I thought Kamala Khan died. That's what I was getting from like all uh, these news outlets and stuff like that was putting stuff out there. And so when none of that really happened, I was just kind of like, oh, well, all right then. So can't wait to see where they're going to go with it. If they continue it, cool. If not, that I'm okay with that. Deadpool 3 is going to be coming out in July. I cannot wait for that movie. So hopefully they don't. Hopefully Ryan Reynolds was able to save Deadpool. I know Disney was trying to change a bunch of stuff, so hopefully nothing too much got changed. From the trailer that I seen, I don't know if there's any other ones out there, but it looks like they're gonna try to go like the whole Loki route with Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool going to the TVA and stuff like that, and doing the whole timeline, this and that, and blah blah blah. I hope they're not doing that because I mean if they touch on it a little bit, cool. But if they make it the whole thing, then what was the TV show Loki for? You know what I mean? So hopefully we'll see what that's all about. Um, Let me know what you guys are looking forward to most this year. Maybe there's something out there that I didn't catch. So let me know in the comments below if you've seen any like Marvel movies, trailers, whatever, and let me know what's out there. Um, I've also been into watching a lot more comedians, like stand-up specials and stuff like that. I need a little bit of laughter in my life. Um, like just before I started doing this, I was watching this lady named Taylor Tomlinson. She's pretty funny. I like her. I think this is like the first stand-up I've seen of her. Um, to be quite honest, like a lot of the stuff that I find to watch, whether it's movies, comedians, music I listen to, 9 times out of 10, it usually comes from like my TikTok feed or my Instagram feed, or if someone shares something on Facebook that I kind of come across. So a lot of these people I kind of found through the social media world. I mean, I already knew Bill Burr. I already knew who he was, but I didn't really watch I didn't see hear any of his stand-ups until I think like maybe a couple of years ago. I think he was in Colorado, I think it was, and I watched that stand up, and that was hilarious. Dude, Bill Burr is a funny dude. Um, Taylor Tomlinson, she is so funny. Um, there's another lady, I believe, I almost said Ada Wong, Ali Wong. She's hilarious. Um, Bert Kreischer. Uh, I've been watching his stand up for a while now. Like ever since I had seen the little clip of when he was talking about him going to Russia and joining the mob. I watched that stand up, and I've pretty much watched all of his stand ups. I really like his stuff. Um, but what really got me started into watching comedians, or even thinking about like listening to comedians or whatever, um, I guess it really all started with that blue collar comedy tour. With the Bill Engvall, Jeff Foxworthy, Larry the Cable Guy, and Ron White. I love Ron White just because he's a good old Texas boy. I like all the other guys too. I think it's just kind of like my sense of humor that I have, and I think that's why I liked it. And that's why it just kind of like resonated with me that, you know, I understand some of that, a lot of that stuff, because that stuff's happened in my life. It's happened with my grandparents, my parents, you know. So it's a lot of stuff that I can relate to, and I think that's what I find that works best in comedy, is that if people can relate what you're talking about, that's what's going to make those people. I forgot to put him on my list. I'm sorry, but Matt Rife. I've been watching a lot of his stuff. A lot of his stuff has been. I found him through TikTok. I didn't even know that he was on Wildin' Out with Nick Cannon or whatever it was. Um, but dude, I really enjoy his stand up. Um, a lot of the stuff that gets posted is his crowd work, and that's because like I watched him explain it, and I think it's a really awesome take. Um, like you're gonna hear most of the same jokes like from a lot of the comedians from time to time. You'll hear the same thing, or hear something that's kind of similar to what they talked about before, but in a nutshell, it's almost kind of the same. It's like the same structure or something. Um, but with him and his crowd work, that's different because he's interacting with different people from different parts of the country, the world, stuff like that. So I think that's what really drew me in with Matt Rife is his crowd work, because he's so quick-witted, he's so hilarious. I could never think of anything funny like that. That's probably why, uh, you know, I haven't really gone that far in what I'm doing right now, but I still love it. I love doing it. Um, but the fact that, you know, still watching people like that still kind of like inspires me to try to do stuff like this. 'Cause it's like a lot of these people, whether sport, like athlete, a comedian, an actor, actress, musician, they've all started, you know, from somewhere. I just hate that I've started doing this so late in my life that uh, yeah, it's tough to get traction, but I know once it happens, it's gonna be a blast, and I can't wait to take you guys for the ride. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys tonight on this episode of the Chaotic Corner. So thank you so much to everybody who's tuned in. Like I said, if this is your first time, let me know what you liked. Let me know what you want me to talk about next time in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, know the bell, become one with the bell, so that way you know when I go live and when I upload any videos. Make sure to go check out the Johnny Two Sticks channel. That's where I upload drum covers um, and original content from my band, whether it's from the practice room, live. Um, I'm going to try to start doing some drumming playthroughs of our songs, so that way I can maybe like kind of go over like some parts and stuff like that, and show like how I play and what my thought process was. So definitely go over there, check that out. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to everything. You can go to all of my socials. It's either under Chaotic JGD, Chaotic JGD 21. The only one that is different is my Instagram, which is Chaotic GND. And yeah, if you happen to catch the tail end of this, definitely go out and check the socials. We take this conversation off in on the interwebs, and yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're just now coming in, don't click away. Make sure that you watch the whole thing, because this has been an awesome time. Talked about a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna stop yapping, because apparently when I start yapping, I tend to just keep talking a bunch of crap that I don't know what I'm talking about. So this will be it. I've been your host, Chaotic JGD 21. You guys are crazy, Chaotic Raiders. I'll see you guys in the video. I always forget where the stupid button is. Oh, it's up there.